Hey guys, how's it going? What's going on? It's Isaiah. Today is a different video because I'm not really going to be vlogging today because I have work most of the day. But I wanted to definitely do this video for you guys because of VEDA. This is VEDA Day 2, and this video is going to be a short video. It's like a review of a book that I read this past semester, and it's a really interesting book. And this book is called The Comprehensive ENFP Survival Guide by HEIDI PRIEBE. And I'll put the picture of the cover right here. And this book was awesome. Now, if you guys don't know what the Myers-Briggs personality identifier is, there's a bunch of more information that you should go research about it. But what this pretty much is a scientifically proven personality identifier that you can test for yourself. I'll even put the website in the description for you guys so you guys can find out what personality you are. And what it does is it breaks up your personality into 4 of the 16 possible cognitive functions, and then you have them in a certain order from like primary to secondary and so on. Excuse me. And this personality thing will pretty much determine which one you are, and then you can kind of use it as a basis to how you act and what you do in your life. Now this book is amazing. I was just getting on my breakup in January because the breakup happened at the end of December, and I was just kind of trying to figure out who I was and stuff because I didn't really know. I changed so much in the relationship. I was just a different person, and I didn't feel like myself after that relationship, so I kind of just went into this because I took the test, I think it was sophomore year of college, and I got INFP the first time, and I was like, at the time I felt more introverted, but then I realized that the reason why I was so introverted was because I was actually going through a little bit of depression being in the relationship that I was in because I wasn't happy in it at the time. I was trying to lie to myself and say that I was, but I really wasn't, and because of that, I started believing that I was like some introvert that never liked to talk, and as you can tell right now, I love to talk. So it just didn't make sense. I felt like it wasn't like accurate at the time. So either way, after the breakup, I actually went back to the test and took it. And this is like a couple of weeks after I got out of the relationship and was back with my friends, being myself. I was free to do what I wanted. I didn't feel this depression looming over me from the relationship. And I took the test again, and I'm like, ENFP, and I'm like, how did I change from introverted to extroverted? Then I realized, but what I said was that I wasn't actually introverted. I was just stuck in this rut and where I didn't want to do things. I didn't want to see people because of depression, and depression can change your personality a lot. And it wasn't like a deep, like super deep depression, but it was like just enough that it could affect my behavior and make me not happy with what I was doing, make me not want to go do things, talk to people. Make me more closed off and appear introverted. So I just came to that realization, and I was like, wow, I'm like, what else do I know about myself? So I dived in. I even did a presentation on the ENFP for my public speaking class this last semester, and it was awesome. And I dived in. I read this book, and it's so great too because it breaks down your personality so you can understand why you act a certain way in certain situations, and it also shows you how you can improve yourself and get to a higher level with your personality. And this book was amazing. The author, like I said, HEIDI, was such a great kind of mentor in a sense, because this book pretty much mentors you about how to improve your traits that are your lower, less primary traits that you need to work on, and also tells you how you can kind of be happy about the ones that you do have that are your primary ones that you're actually really good at, and how to hone those skills so you can get back to living your life better after reading the book, and being able to accept who you are and being able to kind of say, yes, this is who I am, this is why I act this way, because the ENFPs can kind of be really sporadic too. So sometimes you're like, am I just two different people stuck inside? Am I just like antisocial, and then all of a sudden I want to talk to people? Like, why am I like this? Why am I this way? And people don't always dive into that, And I wanted to dive into that. I love learning. I'm that guy. I don't know if anyone else does this, but whenever I go to a fast food restaurant, even if I've been there before, I like to Wikipedia it as I'm doing, eating my food, because I like to actually read the backstory of the place I'm at, because I love gaining information. I love knowing how far we've come. I like knowing just the history of some place, and I love researching. So yeah, I dove into this book, and I was just like, wow, it really does show you how to increase your life to the best of its ability. How to make yourself a higher level than what you are, and how to understand yourself. It even tells you some warning signs too about how you can get stuck with your traits. So like I said, this is for a different video, but cognitive functions are broken up into certain types of ways of how you think about the world. There's one, extroverted thinking, which is different extroverted thinking, and there's introverted thinking. And again, I don't want to really explain those to you guys, but because it's so hard to explain it in just a short video. But these traits make up your personality. So I have well, first of all, ENFP is extroverted intuition, sensing and perceiving. That's what ENFP stands for. And that equals certain cognitive functions. So you have cognitive functions, which are, hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. This is why you take notes. So either way, so they go in order, like from your most dominant trait to your least dominant. So my dominant trait, or cognitive function is extroverted intuition. Then it goes introverted feeling, extroverted thinking, and introverted sensing. And again, those might not mean a lot to you, and this is totally for a different video, but what those cognitive functions are pretty much like the people that are working inside your office up here, your brain. They're the people that run the show. And so you have the CEO. The CEO is the guy sitting back and guiding everything. For me, that's extroverted intuition. And then you have the people that kind of are in the background, that aren't really noticed a lot in the office. Maybe the weirdo that's just kind of not taken seriously. For me, that's introverted sensing. And then you have the people that are like the second guy next to the CEO, which is for me introverted feeling, and so on. So it's like the book even does a really good explanation about that, about how your mind relates to an office, and it even broke it down. So yeah, this is how your mind works. This is why it does this. Here's how you can kind of change that. It even goes into what happens when you put someone else in the CEO spot, because imagine if you put your introverted sensing in your CEO spot and you didn't use your main primary cognitive function. That's how we get into times when we're not ourselves. That's how we get away from who we're supposed to be, and we kind of get confused a little bit because some big event happens, some disaster or some terrible tragedy or something, or even just losing someone in a relationship like me, that can put you in a loop between using your wrong functions. And these loops can be something like instead of going to your primary function, so for me, extroverted intuition, I start relying completely on introverted feeling. And you don't want to do that, because if you're not using your primary function the way it's intended, you'll make more mistakes. Because even in the relationship, I would sometimes default to using introverted feeling instead of extroverted intuition first, and that would lead to arguments or something, that would lead to problems because I wasn't being emotionally mature about that, and I was defaulting to using that one as my CEO. He was saying, oh no, you need to do this because this is how we feel, but I need to actually make sure that I don't get stuck in those ruts in the relationship, which again, people make mistakes, nothing wrong with that. But that's the interesting part about the book, was that I'm just reading my notes, like my YouTube journal, but either way, so this is why the book was so amazing, so powerful for me, was that I was able to see, first of all, why the relationship between me and my ex didn't work out. She's an ESTJ, so ESTJs are way on the other side of the spectrum than an ENFP. I was like, gosh, after I saw the changes, I was like, no way we didn't work out. Not just that, again, I'm not trying to get super in detail with the relationship, but it was not going to work out, and it really wasn't, because ESTJs are all about doing things a certain way, which is not bad. They can make great supervisors. They make great people. Some of the most successful people in the world are ESTJs. But when it comes down to being an ENFP and an ESTJ together, they clash heads. They butt heads a lot, and there's nothing wrong about that. That's what dating's for, is to find out what you're looking for in a partner, and find out what doesn't work for you. But either way, this book was so amazing for me to find out exactly why we didn't work out, and also, how I can get better at myself now that she's not in the picture. How can I become a better person? How can I be the person I'm supposed to be now and do it better than I ever was able to? And next time I have someone else in my life, I'll do 500% better than I did in the last relationship, because I now know my strong traits, my good traits, and just my bad ones that I need to work on, And it's amazing just how much the book taught me, and it was just such a great read. I honestly encourage you guys to read it. Find a book about your personality type if you can. If you are ENFP, what's up? You guys are just like me, but if you guys are different personality types, which again, I have nothing against ESTJs. I have nothing against you guys. I'm just saying that when it comes to compatibility, you have to know who you're looking for, and for me, it's not ESTJ. And you have to be able to, work things out with somebody too. And who knows? I guess there's there's a possibility you might find someone else with the same personality type as their past relationship people. They just have different things that happen in their life. So maybe they're more understanding. Maybe they're more, suitable for you. I'm not saying it's not possible, but now I have at least a benchmark where I'm able to say, I've been here before. I don't want to get back in a relationship like that. Or I can be like, yeah, like this is totally different than the last one. I can actually improve my future relationships because of this. And it's such a great book. I definitely suggest you guys read it. The Comprehensive ENFP Survival Guide by HEIDI PRIEBE. Great book. Again, I'll put the picture right here for you guys. But other than that, that's the video I have for you guys today. It's an amazing read, 10 out of 10. I honestly find the personality types really interesting. They're not in stone, though. You can always change the circumstances. You can always change, how you act, and you can always make yourself better. But the core that makes you you is always going to be that same person. You're always going to have this still the same core principles. You might get more mature and be able to act certain ways to certain people and be more understanding and stuff. But the bottom line is you are you, and you're a certain type of personality that needs to have things a certain way to be happy. And a book like this will show you guys your strengths, weaknesses, and overall just how to live with other people too. It even told me in the book how I can be a better leader in the workplace, and even said how you can be with a partner. What are your strengths? And I realized I didn't even hone to a fraction of my strengths when I was in my relationship. I have so much more I could have pulled out of my tool belt that I didn't even know I had it originally. I was just so blind, and I'm like, yeah, it makes you so powerful to know you have these great traits. And then, it brings you down a notch when you realize you do have these weaknesses, but part of life is being vulnerable to those weaknesses so you can improve them and have a better life. But either way, sorry, I got a little excited about this, but either way, I love this book, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Sorry it's not a normal vlog, but I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I hope you guys check out this book if you're an ENFP, and if you're not, find a book that's about your personality type. It's a great tool. I've tested my friends too, and I'm not the only ENFP they know. So it's really interesting kind of getting along with different people and stuff. By the way, I make the best friends with INTJs. INTJs are my friends. And then I've just, with my research, all my friends are INTJs. Sorry, I have an itch. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little book review. Please check this book out. It's on the iBook store if you want it. And yeah. ENFP Survival Guide, or the Comprehensive ENFP Survival Guide, if you want to feel special. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this review.